Hi, I'm Emma from Reading, and on Late Lunch tonight, Trisha, Alison, Steadman and Jennifer Ehle. Cue titles, Martin.
Lunch. Can I just say this is my first evening out this week? I'm very excited. People, warmth. Hello. Hello.
Good to combine socialising with work, and Mel's wearing some lovely Chinese trousers with us. Saucy, saucy. You can tell you don't go out much from the choice of wear, I have to say.
Hello there, I am Mel.
Hello,
yes, that's the one. Sorry, I am Mel, yes.
I'm Barbara Bush, and welcome to Late Lunch.
Now, on this day in 1932, Malcolm Campbell broke the world land speed record.
You've gone facts fandango.
I did that. I did that as well.
And the official I'm telling a fact. And in honour of this feat, Miggins and I will now attempt to break the world land introduction of guests record.
The current record holder is Terry Wogan. And I've done it again. Who in 1988, fact, introduced 3 guests in a breathtaking 2.1 seconds.
Comedy lies. Although that was wind assisted, of course.
But Sue and myself have been training all week, and we feel we're limbered, we're loose.
I'm loose and limbered.
We're ready to break that 2-second speed barrier.
Katie, you, lady with a stopwatch, would you count us in, please?
Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1, go. 1.7 seconds.
1.7.
On the postgraduate course to do that. 1, 2, 3, go. I think she deserves a round of applause.
We're done.
Thank you, Grant.
We're done. Now, thank you. For those of you who may not...
She is the clune today.
For those of you who may not have got all of that blah, blah, shall we see it again in slow motion? Our first guest is one of Britain's leading young actresses. Currently appearing in hot Brit flick This Year's Love, it's Jennifer Ehle.
Next is the actress whose style in life is sweet and appeared alongside Jennifer in Pride and Prejudice. It's the brilliant Alison Steadman.
Steady the buffs. Steady the buffs. And our third guest has come over from down under to brighten up our mornings. She's the talk of the town. It's Trisha! Yes! Did that work? We'll see.
That was a lengthy comedy conceit, if you want to tell your kids what was going on there. So on today's show, we say, time flies when you're having fun. So why not call these ding-ding-ding, bang-bang-bang numbers now, if you'd like to ask Jennifer, Alison or Trisha if they've ever broken a record.
Or if they've ever smashed a CD.
See where you're coming from. Now, we hummed long and we strummed hard over the name of today's band. We dallied with Ehle 17. We tossed around, as you do, Steadmanic street preachers. But in the end, we decided to scrape the bottom of the barrel as usual. It is Stevie, it's Mathieu, it's Dylan and Daniel. It's Trisha Waddy Great to be out and meet genuine human beings. Now, you know you've achieved superstar status when you're known to millions by just your first name. Madonna, Prince, Sooty. I really sold that, and even so, Rihanna. Cooking today is the latest member of that exclusive club, and talking in French in a rather pretentious way didn't help ease the passage of that gag. Quite scary, that, isn't it? Just felt the flames licking under a very painful and private area of my top. Let's turn that off, because that's not on the menu today. She is the... although, you know, if the jokes fail, we can always resort to that and sell it to Sky. Anyway, on to an introduction. She's the mic-wielding mistress of the mid-morning chat show. Please prepare to share the one and only Trisha!
Yes.
That was almost Bavarian folk rap music as you came in. It's like rap like
that, wasn't it? Yes.
Very, very good. Trisha, how are you?
I'm fine.
Excellent.
You said time flies when you're having fun.
Yeah.
You know what Kermit the Frog said?
No.
Time's fun when you're having flies.
Time to char roast our kahunas again. Now, what are you cooking for us, Trisha?
Monkfish stir fry.
Okay, I'm going to show a menu board in time-honoured fashion today. Trisha is cooking monkfish stir-fry with oyster sauce, or, as Trisha might say, I used to be an ordinary fish, but then I found cod. Is the national bird nearby, and if so, could we wire them to it? Now, Trisha, how do you start this dish off, then? What are your ingredients and stuff?
Have you put the heat on? Because I saw you
Was
turn
on,
it
but
off.
it wasn't on the area that we wanted.
Ah, okay. So first we... All right.
Man laughs at the imminent burning of my bosoms.
Excuse me, who's going to taste this?
I think he is.
Check for hair, sweetie.
Okay.
Okay.
Bit of oil.
Bit of oil.
Lovely.
I've got to wait till that gets hot.
Might want it. Oh, it's on. No,
It's on. Hot.
I want to talk, while we're doing this, about fakes, about fake shows and stuff, because this show is all real, as all television is and must be, children.
Excuse me? I had someone go through this menu with me and tell me what I had to cook and when.
Yeah, that's preparation. That's no fakery. That's merely making sure that you're adequately prepared.
Now, that's what we do. We prepare people for the show. Well, we don't fake people.
Right.
We
So
don't collude.
So the people...
Not on our show.
Don't you call Trisha a liar on this programme.
dare you?
Otherwise,
How
I'll take
do
a
you
microphone to you, young lady. Terrible. So you prepare people. Answer the claims that your show is faked.
How do they know? What is their evidence?
Come on. Come on. I think we should press on, otherwise...
Sorry?
No, I'm meant to prove anything.
What's she saying?
I have no idea.
Lying, and we know all actors.
It's turning into sort of Jerry Springer, I remember when I had my first drink show. Now, okay, we're not gonna press on.
No. Look. Our show's all about resolving crises. Our show's all about crises. It's all about helping people, and I think that young lady should come onto the show. She needs help. Okay.
Go Trisha!
Now, these us some kahunas that we, before we soak them.
Put the morels.
No, you've got to soak them. What are these called? Someone told me that, okay.
Morels.
That's right. Oh, you know about them.
I have to
You're
know,
prepared
yes,
as well, okay.
you know.
So now we're going to put all the mushrooms in here. Cool. So this is the morels, we've got shiitake mushrooms, enoki mushrooms, and chestnut mushrooms. So
you can just use the ordinary ones down the supermarket if you like.
Yeah, fish market.
These are quite posh
right,
ones.
you throw them in there, and to that we add, let's see, garlic. Had to be truly popular. Of course, I have washed my hands, children, at home.
Yes.
We do a pinch of sugar. No, I was joking. And a little bit of that brown stuff.
Soy.
Soy, that's it. You've done this before. And then we stir away like this. So that's the first thing that we're going to do, all right? The monkfish bit comes later. I'm not convincing, don't I?
No, you look very convincing. I like it.
When they said, do you want to come on the show and cook, I said, do you have a microwave? They said no, and I was momentarily stumped. But
do you know, I had loads of questions I was going to ask you in this section, but unfortunately the banter, the light-hearted exchange and interplay between you and the beard-up member of the audience has... Oh, how exciting it could have been! How exciting it could have been, the exchange of minds, but sadly, it's time to throw. Not sadly, though, because, Trisha, you won't know this, but now on Channel 4, it's time for this week's Mel.
Hi, and welcome to Mel. Today we're looking at lunchboxes with today's topic, I don't need you back, because I've brought a snack. Very much staying with this side of the audience. Are you all right there, lads? Yes. Very much sticking by you because you do always laugh at every single gag. There you go, yes, Faye. How you doing?
Fine, thanks.
What's your name?
My name's Sergio.
Sergio?
Yeah.
Sergio. Italiano? Eh?
No, Maltese.
Maltese?
Yeah.
About to make a gag about the chocolate, can't think of one, so let's just crash on. Anyway, who are you with today? Who are you with?
My friend here.
Hello?
Juan Francisco.
Juan Francisco. Spanish?
Yeah.
Oh, excellent. You don't sound massively Spanish. Where are you?
I am.
Are you?
Yeah.
Where do you live?
Widgington.
Widgington. You Geordie?
No.
No. Hi there. Hello. Who are you?
I'm Sonia.
Hello, Sonia. And
I'm Claire.
okay, slightly leaning over. Don't want to get too close to Sergio. Just let's keep that distance. What have you brought in for your comedy snacks today? Let's have a rumage. Oh, thank you. Oh, lovely. Those are lovely. Slightly bruised.
Slightly bruised.
Slightly bruised by the journey.
That's it. Yeah.
Thank you very, very much indeed. Lovely to see you on the show. I'm wearing a pair of headscarves today. Sorry about that. Just share that with you. No chatting amongst yourselves. Focus in. You're on TV. Are you having a good time?
Yeah.
Yes. Yes. How are you? What's your name?
I'm great. I'm Stuart.
Stuart?
Joe.
Joe, hello.
Joe.
Joe. Great. What have you brought with you today?
Pancakes.
Food.
Come on, crack open your food, lad. Show a bit of enthusiasm.
Okay, watch. We have
Pete's sake.
Missed cakes.
Right. Okay.
And we have and we have pancakes.
Yeah, are those homemade? Let's have a
homemade
check. Come on, I want to
pancakes.
crack these open.
With salsa.
Oh yeah.
Vegetarian.
You what?
I'm vegetarian.
Can we sit down?
What are you on about? You're going.
I can't say brand names on TV.
No, don't say anything. But you've been very good so far.
Look,
What are these?
we have vegetables and salsa in pancakes because we
Oh.
couldn't make fajitas. I don't know what they're called.
Fajitas.
Fajitas.
Fajitas. Fajitas. Vamos a la playa.
Oh, very good.
Or whatever that means. I know.
It means go to the beach.
Let's go to the beach. Cheers for that, mate. You've been super. Good to see you wearing a Dennis the Menace thing.
It's not working.
Dennis Menace fan club?
Yeah,
It's national. Can I just say, don't put those in the wash. I was a member myself. And it doesn't do very well in the wash. It goes a bit scrawny and the eyes stop revolving. And the cardboard sort of just messes up into a little bit of pulp, so don't do that.
Okay, sure. I'll remember that.
Okay, lovely. I like you. You're great. Just coming through for no good reason. I've got my eye on this fellow here. Hello there.
Hello.
Sorry for crunching on your Valentine's balls, just whatever they were. Sorry. Sorry about that. Hello.
Hello.
Can I just tuck myself in here? Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Welcome. You all right?
Thank you, I'm very well, thank you.
Excellent. What's your name?
Ryan.
Ryan.
Yes.
Now I've heard on the sort of grapevine. Well, it was on
It's
this
not
card,
true.
really. You're a fireman?
I am.
Cool.
Thank you.
Do you save lots of people and other things?
One or two.
Houses and cats and
And
stuff?
cats and things.
Have you ever saved a cat?
Once.
What happened?
Once in 7 years.
Oh, all right.
Just got the call. Cat stuck up a tree, as you do.
Right.
And very heroic. Very heroic. Put the ladder up the tree, climbed up there,
Yeah.
and the cat jumped down. But very heroic nonetheless.
Oh, Ryan! Do you wear a uniform? You wear a uniform?
I do.
Oh, great. All the women. Go Ryan. Go Ryan. Go Ryan. Oh, you're beautiful. Cheers for that. Okay, lovely. Now, thanks, guys, for opening your hearts and your lunchboxes to me. Now it's over to Sue for today's final thought.
Hi. There's no room for applause in therapy television, okay? Remember, a lunchbox is very much like a relationship. You get out what you put in. So pack your sandwiches of love in the Tupperware of mutual respect and go easy on the anchovy. Until next time, keep feeling yourselves. Thank you. Welcome back to you. Now, while that walk is heating up, I do want to actually just briefly discuss the talk show issue. Obviously, the kind of show that you do in this country is very different from the kind of Jerry Springer, mayhem, fighty, punch-up thing.
Yeah.
Oprah Winfrey said very recently that she didn't think it would necessarily be too long before you actually saw people getting killed on TV or genuinely hurt. Do you think it's actually that kind of, I don't know, sort of high embarrassment threshold TV, let's put it that way. Do you think
in this country?
Just generally, do you think it's getting out of control?
No, not in this country, because anybody heard of the ITC? We have so many rules and regulations, we cannot go there. You can go further in Australia, actually, than you can here.
Because you have a show in Australia as well.
I had a show in Australia. Well, I'm still on air in Australia.
Right.
Yeah.
And did you feel you could go further with the Australian public?
We knew we could. I mean, recently on Richard and Judy, everyone made a brouhaha because somebody was feeling his, shiitakes on television.
Yeah.
I mean, we did shiitakes a long time ago.
Yeah. I think it was the close-up shot of the Morels that really offended. But, it was,
you know what they say in Australia? Struth, that again.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, all the Australians are supposed to be much more sexually liberated than British people. Do you think that's true? No.
No. I think Australians are actually more conservative than British people.
Really?
Yeah.
Because there was this big thing when the talk shows really sort of started up again in this country, that British people were so reserved, that kind of kiss and tell expose show wouldn't really work.
Well, what's been amazing is that the longer our show's been going on, the more people write in. We put out a call for people who want to come on the show. We get 300, we get 1,000 recently, people coming in. And because ours is a very different sort of show, and because we involve counsellors, I've got 10 years in mental health as myself, we talk about resolution, and we do actually work with people and resolve problems. We've got to entertain as well. So now and again, the people purely having fun. But 9 out of 10 people come on the show do resolve things. And the show we had recently brought back 42 of them whose lives had completely changed. Because remember, we've got counsellors after the show. We follow up people weeks and weeks afterwards. Yeah.
We like that. We like the therapy. We also quite like the sort of men unzipping their trousers and thinking around and fighting. We like that as well.
Yeah. It's monkfish and shiitake, isn't it?
It's a combination of both. We're going to
There's
get
always a bit of shiitake in life.
There's a lot of shiitake on today's show.
Shiitake happens, you know what?
That's very true. So we're going to get briefly focused on the cooking. And then
where's the fireman? Because this has been going on so long, we might need him.
Hey, hunk, I want you over here. Literally. Sandwich to my thigh.
All right, so we should have a fire extinguisher here. A little bit more oil in here. Okay, look at that.
Beautiful.
Oh my God, I'm frightened.
Smoking nicely.
Now, where's the little flame? Somebody told me there's a little flame.
Take it to little flame now. Help! That's it, that's Little Flame.
And you've got smoke detectors in here.
Yeah, we're all rigged
You're in
out.
trouble,
Yep.
you're in trouble. Okay, so first of all, we're going to put the monkfish in.
Cool.
This is monkfish.
Okay.
Okay, monkfish.
Yep.
Blow. No, the food. Okay, right, okay. Now we're going to put in all the veggies. We've got carrots, we've got capsicum, and we've got them things there, spring onions.
While you're doing that, I want to ask you about your band, because not many people know that you were in. Was it an 80s band? You were the synth wizard.
70s,
even
my
better.
darling. Coming up for 42, I am.
So synth action.
Yeah, Moogs.
I was going to say Mini Moog.
No, before the Mini
The
Moog.
Major Moog.
Major Moog. If there was a change in the weather, you detone by a quarter of a tone. Any musicians out there, you remember them?
You're getting too Moog specific. Mind you, Steve...
Small children, you could all be my sons. In fact, you look very familiar.
Steve might know what you're saying, actually, because... I don't know, not today, anyway, because I've been with him all day, but... Steve actually reads
Chinese
What
cabbage.
String Monthly, so if there's any technical things you need to know about Moogs...
Yeah. Ginger, bit of ginger.
So you played the band. What was the band called?
Mother Trucker.
Rocking.
I tell you what, we used to wear leather, and there was one band member.
I love pun-oriented band names.
I know. We had one band member who'll probably sue this show, but there you go, it's your problem.
Yeah.
She had droopy boobs, and they made a...
Not if I distance myself, and I am doing. Now your problem.
No, we used to use sellotape to keep her bust up. It's very interesting use of sellotape.
I mean, how on earth would you go about doing that, should you wish to do that?
What? You sellotape?
Yeah.
It's another show, darling, another show.
Now, not a lot of people know... I've turned it to Dennis Norden. Dennis Norden's... Not a lot of people... I'm obviously just spooling madness.
Yes. Smells nice, doesn't it?
It does smell nice.
Stir-fry.
Not a lot of people know that you were on Play School.
I still am in Australia twice a day. I've done it
Well,
for
they
11
repeat.
years.
You're still doing it.
Yeah, they don't know. Don't tell the kids I've left the country.
Well, we sent a researcher.
Oh no!
Off, out and about to Heathrow on a long plane journey to the other side of the world to look and hunt for little clips of you in your early incarnation of Play School. And we do have a clip. And would it be okay if we showed it?
It depends which one it is. Yes, okay.
Yes, we have a yes.
All right.
Show the clip.
Can you neigh? Be like a horse? Come on, giddy up. Let's go for a ride. Giddy up, horse. Giddy up, go, go, go. Giddy up, horse. You're round in the circle, go, go, go. Who gave you that? Because they're dead. They're gone.
That's going straight into my personal video library, that one. That's an extraordinary saddling up experience.
Yeah.
Thanks so much for letting us see that.
It's one of the easier rides in my life. Grubby audience. Huh?
Now, easily motivated. Now, not many people know that you were, not only were you in the band Mother Truckers, not only have you gone on air pretending to be a horse with a sort of stick-on tail, and boy, that must have hurt, but also you speak loads of languages. How many languages do you speak? That's four more than I speak.
Not all fluently.
Okay. Well, could you take us into the break, for instance, in German? Would that be cool?
Okay. Okay, in was 3 Minuten kommt zwei von Pride and Prejudice,
Ja.
Jennifer Ehle, auf Deutsch Ehle und Alison Steadman kommt.
Steadman. Ja.
Steadman, yes.
Ja.
Ja, Steadman.
See you in 3! Yeah.
flattering to sit 3/4 and turn your face like that?
You only did that. You only did it because you wanted to adjust your pants. She was going,
Silk trousers, slightly sweaty, slightly sweaty. Anyway, welcome back to Late Lunch. In a moment, 3/4, we'll be dining with the stars of Pride and Prejudice, Jennifer Ehle and Alison Steadman.
but first it's time to take the small child of news on a very long car journey until it lets out a topical, are we nearly there yet?
Tony Blair has hinted at his support for the euro, turning his back on the pound.
Like that.
And there's also concern in other European countries about the future of the currencies.
The French were very frank about their opinions, and the Germans were very keen also to make their mark.
The Dutch felt it was gildering the lily.
Strictly what?
Whilst the Greeks
Do the accent.
promised not to make... No, that's Dutch,
Dutch.
isn't it? That's Dutch. Well, the Greeks have promised not to make a Dracula
That's
on the
Italian.
crisis. What am I doing? What's going on?
Very good. Michael Winner meets Hercule Poirot. The Spanish, meanwhile, were just completely passated off.
Juan Francisco. Juan Francisco.
You're going to Juan Francisco?
Yes, take some
Be sure to
flowers.
wait some flowers, yeah.
In your hair.
Plans are now being made. Rein it in, it's a rogue pony. Grab it, tether it hither. Plans are being made for the first ever Oscar for animals. As you do.
I can imagine the acceptance speeches right now.
Do one.
Woof, woof, woof. Woof, woof. Woof, woof. Not so good, Sue, that one. Didn't go on too well, did it? Could have been okay.
I feel like tonight is just going to be spent in self-reflection and pain.
At the after-show party, there's expected to be lots of heavy petting anyway.
If it involved Chewbacca, I could have done it.
Do Chewbacca.
I'm good at cats. I can't do cats.
And finally, a hotel in Devon has started serving vegetable-flavoured ice cream, apparently.
The carrot and courgette flavours were very popular, but no one liked the taste of pea. Good evening.
Good evening, Sue. It's all over.
Dear. Good night, dear. So, Trisha, what's left to do?
We've done it. Well, serve it up, basically.
Is that it? Have you been busying while I've been making some crushing puns?
Is that what you were doing? Right,
That's,
okay.
that's
Right,
sort of
fine,
what we're
okay.
doing. There's loads of mushrooms in here with some other
I like your
things.
thing about the animal Oscars.
Very good. So, what I love now is we're sort of going over the joke and analysing.
Yeah, analyse. With feeling, from the heart. No, really, if a dog got up there and had been on the wee-wee all night...
She says the cat wasn't good.
No, listen, if the dog had been out on the tiles the night before...
She bagged the dog first.
You would say, well, you know, hello, dog, and how do you feel about this award? And you say, rough.
That is very true. And we tried that
So
earlier
anyway,
on, but
with
the
the
camera
food-
crew turned violent, so we changed it.
Okay, so
Okay.
the food's done. It's done.
It's done.
It's done.
I want to ask you a very quick question, because of all the many, many things you've done, you have done
scared of
a
you.
super... Don't be scared. There's no more clips. Look, these hands have no clips in them. Look. We've done the horse.
Yes,
we've done
okay,
the horse.
yeah, go on,
no
go
more
on,
clips.
go on, go on.
You have done aerobics with Nicole Kidman. Is that true?
Yeah. I was at the back of the class. She was a struggling actress then. She had very long legs. Her
She's still got the long legs, I think.
still got
I don't think those have changed.
legs. Yes, yes.
And what did she wear? Was she leg warmers? Was she bodysuit?
Oh, I can't. It was 80s. It must have been something to do with lycra.
Oh, batwing jumper and some
Yeah,
heavy
yeah.
stonewashed jeans, I should imagine. Possibly a trilby hat.
Pre-Tom.
Pre-Tom,
Pre-Tom.
yes.
Pre-Tom.
Mid who? We don't know who
I
she's
don't
with.
know. No. Nobody cared, really. She
No,
just thought
that's the
she wants to make it in movies.
Exactly, no one cared back then. But you have actually clapped eyes on La Kidman.
Yes, I've worked out with Raquel Welch as well.
Have you?
Funny how their hands age differently to the face, but we won't go there.
And how the ears meet at the back. Allegedly. Distance yourself always, Sue.
Allegedly.
Away.
You've been
Now,
to the Jerry Springer
So
School
one
of
word allegedly
presentation.
won't help me
Okay.
now. That looks top dance. Will you dish up for us?
Yeah. Do you turn it off or just let the thing
Yeah,
flame?
I can do that.
Where's that fireman? Okay. Take one fork and give it to host to wash. And
You've
and then you
sullied
put
my right knocker by doing that.
This is the monkfish, and
Yeah.
that goes into the middle of the rice. Heap it up like that, depending if you're serving a person or a pig.
Okay.
And then you can put the...
Can I decorate badly? Like that's it. Okay, that looks great. Not that bit that I
Oh,
just
hang on.
did.
Quick.
Always garnish. Round of applause, please. Now, Trisha. What's the cockroaches. Whilst she's only joking. We clean hands, no cockroaches. While we tuck in around the table, what we're going to get you to do is tuck in to a member of the audience, or even their lunch, whichever you prefer. Who out of this beautiful gallery of people, who do you like?
Who?
Ryan the fireman?
Yeah, the fireman.
He's all man.
Is he with his wife, though?
With his wife.
But you can split them up and then you can have a talk show about it. It's a beautiful thing. This is Monday poetry. Sorry, Ryan, and I apologise to your wife. Band, are you hungry?
Yes!
Audience, are you hungry? It's just needing a one-word answer, not a 40-minute thing. Trisha, are you hungry?
Yes.
Yes, then let's eat a late lunch.
Ryan, he's a fireman. Ryan, he's a fireman. Anyway, she did a calypso in the Chamomile Lawn, went wild with Stephen Fry, and now she swapped her Pride and Prejudice bonnet for dreadlocks in her new film, This Year's Love. She's touchy, she's feely, she's Jennifer Ehle. Yowza. Johnny Jennifer is a woman who partied with Abigail, went nuts in May, and whose praises were sung in The Singing Detective. I'm a big fan, Sue's a big fan, so please welcome Alison Steadman. Can I just say, Alison Steadman is wearing glittery shoes.
Yeah.
Glittery shoes.
Cool shoes.
Yeah, they're looking
My
good.
party shoes.
Are they?
Do we have a shoe cam to reveal the glittery nature of them?
Alison Steadman's glittery shoes.
Where should I stand?
I think just they'll find them.
Yes.
You're lovely.
Will I find them?
Come
My
and take a
glittery
seat.
shoes?
Do tuck in.
Tuck in.
Trisha has whipped up a bit of a stir fry, so tuck right in. And we've seen you both together on screen in Pride and Prej. Did you call it just Prejudice?
P&P.
P&P.
P&P, yeah.
We saw you on P&P. Alison, you and Mrs. Bennett. Jennifer, you and Lizzie Bennett. Have you got together often since filming
We've
it?
hardly seen each other, have
No, hardly at all.
we? We were mother and daughter. Now, can you believe it? You know, can you believe I was her mother?
Actually.
Of course you can't.
Did you find, do you find as actress, am I allowed to call you actresses? Or do you have to say
Is that
actors?
generic?
Actresses,
Actresses is all right.
I think it is.
I think it's quite good.
I hate all this actor business, you know.
Do you?
I quite like
Because
it.
I think in America people get a bit annoyed
I know,
if a woman's called an actress or something.
Right, here you go.
Actor.
Here we go.
Okay, tuck in.
Okay.
Chunk right
Live
on
eating.
in. Alison
Trisha's
Steadman.
food.
How good is that?
See that? She's done good.
Good, lovely. It's
Yeah, she rocks.
She's top.
Did you find the whole sort of corsetry costume period thing a bit of a nightmare?
Well, the corsets are a bit of a nightmare, aren't they?
They weren't too bad though. They're
Not too bad. They're not
fairly soft.
They're not as bad as Victorian costumes are really tight, you know, they really lace you in and they're horrible.
Is that whalebone?
Yeah,
Those
all
ones.
sorts of anything, any old bone they put round.
Yeah.
But that period, the dresses are sort of loose.
Yes.
So though there's corsets, it's not that fierce kind of lacing, so you can eat and breathe and all that, you know.
But do you have sort of help getting into the costumes or you need...
You have to have someone to help you do up the
You
corset.
have to, you can't get on otherwise, can you?
What about when you go to the loo?
You have to get someone's help taking it off.
All right.
You just
It doesn't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
you
all
just-
okay. Okay, just wanted to know.
Mel's been very keen to ask the loo question.
I know.
It's been putting on her mind.
With all the
Good
corsetry.
question, yeah, big bloomers and all that, you know.
Yeah.
Stockings and garters and boots and... it must have taken them hours to get dressed.
Well, they didn't wear knickers.
What?
I wore knickers, excuse me.
Why didn't they wear knickers? It must have been a hell of a draft up there. Why didn't they?
I don't know.
In Pride and Prejudice, you're saying that Jane Austen would not have worn knickers.
Oh no, Jane Austen must have
Surely.
worn knickers. You don't see her as a sort of free-spirited Nicholas lady, do you, Jane Austen? Really?
Well, then, when they started to wear knickers, the Victorians wore knickers with big splits because they couldn't take all that stuff off.
What's that? Just having knickers in?
No, well, they had legs.
Sort of
split in
crotchless
the middle.
bloomers. Crotchless bloomers.
Yeah.
Pre-pornographic cotton
So, you
Victorian
know, it
knickers.
was handy. They were handy knickers.
Right. Well, from knickers very much to hairstyles.
That's a great link.
But we've seen you've got your new film that it was out on Friday, wasn't it?
This Year's Love.
This is love. This year's love. This year's love. Just testing. And you're wearing some amazing sort of dreadlocks.
Yeah, I had hair extensions and I wore them for 2.5 months.
Could you take them out every night or?
No.
So how do they do them? Are they sort of woven in or
They're
something?
tied on. It took about 9 hours to tie them all on. And they were horrible.
Don't you find it slightly suspicious? We had the steps on last week, and Faye's dreadlocks had gone missing.
Yeah, that was just
the time as you had your dreadlocks. Have you been swapping dreadlocks with the members of steps?
Do you find that you sort of attracted a different type of man with the dreadlocks as opposed to the curly?
People reacted very differently with them. I had a real problem with security guards following me around shops.
Seriously?
Yeah, they would just sort of hover. Yeah.
Thinking you were going to be nicking things.
Pilfering.
I don't know.
But you were wearing your ordinary clothes, but just had the locks on top.
Yeah.
Oh right, and you still got you got followed.
Yeah.
Oh, bizarre. Goodness.
Did you get that with the ringlets when you were doing Pride and Prejudice? She's suspicious. She's got ringlets. Watch her.
I want to ask you what both of your vibes are on the Oscars. Have you got any hot tips? Any inside info?
Oscars? Well, I don't know really.
Have you ever been, Alison?
No, I've never been. No, I've had some friends that have gone.
Sounds quite bizarre.
Well, friends said that it's great. You know, when you're nominated, it's fabulous, and everyone's excited, and everyone's buying you champagne and all that, and you feel like tops. Yes, and you get there, and it's all very exciting. Everyone's wonderful to you. If you don't win, forget it. I mean, you're literally being trampled on, elbowed out the way. You know, you're persona non grata immediately, and you just feel so terrible. So, you know, in the end,
Bleaksville, Arizona.
Bleaksville. So you either win or you get home very quickly.
But
you get on that plane and
I
come
heard
home.
as well in the ceremony that if you go to the small girls' room or whatever, they get somebody to come and sit in your place who's dressed like you, sort of looky-likey.
Looky-like. How could they get a looky-likey for 2,000 people?
Okay, maybe not that.
The Hollywood looky-likeys would be working their faces off. They'd be going mad with it. I think they get someone in a sort of DJ or a dress. Quite sinister, isn't it? So it has to always look full.
They don't want to see a gap, yeah.
Oh dear.
Which one of the categories of the Oscars, it's either Best Actress or Best Supporting Actress, has 4 out of 5 or 5 out of 6 nominees are British. The Judi Dench.
Yeah,
and
the best woman.
Best Supporting.
Best Supporting.
What do we think about the sort of Britain's chances of getting an Oscar this year? Because it weren't very. We had lots of nominees last year, and it was not a good year. The British weren't coming.
It's kind of tantalising, isn't it? Because they often do this, you know, they'll pick one movie and go for it and give it all these... And then, in the end, they kind of give it to the Americans, you know. So, so they kind of whet your appetite and get you over there and then go, oh, sorry.
But you're half American, aren't you? Half American, half English.
Yes.
So do you, I mean...
Have you ever been nominated for an Oscar?
You will be. Oh, yes. Oh, yes.
Oh, yeah.
With those dreadlocks.
Have you ever been tempted by sort of going to Hollywood, though?
No, not really.
You wouldn't like it? Would you, Alison?
I like it here.
Would you do a stint there?
A lot of people say that, but I think it's, well, you know, if you haven't gone to Hollywood by the time you're kind of 40, I don't think there's much point, really. I mean, it's, you know, I'm kind of quite happy, you know, living in North London and popping in to do my show in the theatre and generally enjoying myself. But the idea of kind of sitting at home and longing for Hollywood and waiting for that phone to ring is so...
Bleaksville,
and it's not me, really.
Yeah. And the play's going really well. Memory of Water, it's on at the moment.
Yes, at the Vaudeville Theatre, the Strand.
Because we had Julia Sawala came on the show, and she said that she said Alison's the mother hen of the cast. Is that true?
This is not true. I don't know what she's talking about. No, it's a lovely cast. It's just 6 of us, and it's a really nice play because it's sort of equally shared play, so that there's nobody starring in it and everyone else just kind of coming on doing one line. It's the kind of play where everybody gets a fair crack of the whip.
Yeah.
Everyone's got a nice scene to do, or you know,
is there whip cracking in it? I mean, is that part of it?
No.
It's not Annie Get Your Gun, doll. It's Memory of Water.
I was joking.
Was Alison a bit of a mother hen on Pride and Prejudice?
You were.
Was I?
I like that.
I think you were.
I'd confide in you, Alison. I'd confide in you.
Well, the thing
You've got an aura of
I mean, there were 5 daughters. Is that right? 5 daughters.
There were 5 daughters.
5 daughters. There weren't 6.
Lizzie, Kitty, Lydia,
Jane. And the other 2.
Mary Jane.
And Mary and Jane, yeah.
Fine.
So, and they were all obviously in their 20s. So I might kind of, at one point, Do you feel a bit ancient? Or suddenly, because, you know, you go around and you think, oh, I'm young, yeah, I'm with it, you know, I'm sort of still 25. And then suddenly, when I was with all you lot, you know, you're chatting about boyfriends and this, that, and the other, and I thought, oh, you know, it's sort of, I don't know, old granny there.
Rubbish.
Girls coming to me for advice. I thought, oh.
I think that's a nice thing, though, because then you can just make up rubbish and then see what happens, and you can use them as good things. Exactly. And then they pass it on, and there's just a chain of rubbish going down. Is that just me? I don't know. Anyway, now it's time to preen the big hairy beard of chit-chat and pluck out the crumbs of truth, because it is time for my last late lunch big three. Redolent of horror films, Dan, but nonetheless very, very impoverished. Now, right, the first question to Sue, in a sort of two Ronnies type way, looking through her questions. What's your best old wives' cure? For both of you. Have you asked you
Best old wives' cure.
Vinegar and sugar for hiccups.
Vinegar and sugar. Mixed. Mixed together.
Is that because it would make you vomit so much you'd forget about the hiccups? Vinegar and sugar for hiccups.
A boiled onion, cut in half,
Sugar.
one on each ear for earache, and bind it round, guaranteed. Yeah.
And you also look like Princess Leia from Star Wars, which is an added bonus. So there's the onion and there's the vinegar.
Earache. You're not read Angela's Ashes. He was always getting, poor guy was always getting boiled
I'm
onions.
halfway through that. I haven't. Yes, the boiled onions and the sugar and the milk. Now I'm with you. Very good book.
Garlic.
Yes.
For cold.
So that was a joke, Melanie. Okay. Someone told Melanie that you put a clove of garlic up your rear to cure a cold. She managed to put the whole bulb. Anyway, what sound sets your teeth on edge? First up, Jennifer.
What sound?
Yeah. Is it my voice? If so, I'm very sorry.
I can't think of anything.
Oh,
Nearly on blackboard.
Yes.
at school.
Not
at
as much
school,
as some people.
I don't think. I think chalk's gone out of fashion, hasn't it? They don't use chalk now.
Computers.
But that squeak. Ooh, you know, and you go, tell you what does me, woolen gloves. I had a friend when I was at school, and we used to be standing waiting for the bus in the cold weather, and she'd go like that, and with her woolen glove on.
Oh yes, and your teeth.
Don't take the glove out. Take the glove.
Yeah,
Rippy cotton wool.
Any artificial fabric, touch it, and the hand goes weak.
Claw. Total claw.
Touch it. If I was to touch it now, it just. What is now the most difficult tongue twister that you know, both of you?
Oh,
Don't shut it. It's not an open round.
I have one, which is a bit rude.
Okay, how rude?
Not terribly rude, but a bit rude.
If it's fairly rude, we'll say. If it offends, we apologise, but we're going to crash
My
on
kids
nonetheless.
used to love it when they were little. What you do is you have to say, one smart boy felt smart. And then you have to say, two smart boys felt smart. And you have to say it as fast as you can and see if you can get to 50. I mean, you must, you know, and obviously it's an exercise for actors with them.
One, two, felt smart.
Right.
Felt smart.
Have a go.
Two felt smart boys.
Two smart boys.
Lashing on.
Join us after the break when three grown-up professional women will be throwing hoops over seasonal erect vegetables. See you in 3.
Welcome back to this late lunch with Jennifer Ehle, Alison Steadman, and Trisha.
Thank you, Trisha, for a lovely lunch.
Yes,
it was very absolutely delicious.
Can
I just do a very quick thing in front of Trisha? I want to apologise, Perky, for taking the mickey out of the cat impression.
That's okay, I didn't mind.
Sorry, we've done that. We've shared that with Trisha. That's all okay.
Are we absolved in a kind of, you know, Catholic type way?
Did you have a good lunch in the audience with Ryan the fireman?
I had a bargee and I had a mouthful of a donut that must have been very nice taste. Must have tasted beautiful.
The Valentine's donut that I actually stepped on when I was in the audience.
So you've like eaten Mel's foot?
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, it would have been nice 6 months ago.
Sorry, it was. Are you talk show fans, Alison?
Talk show
Jennifer?
fans?
Yeah.
Occasionally. I don't watch an awful lot of telly, I suppose. I watch more late at night when I get back from the show, you know. A few glasses of wine and sit and watch the telly. But not...
No, really. Not possibly.
How about you, Jennifer? Do you watch any sort of Springer, Trisha, Vanessa?
I don't even have my telly hooked up at the moment. I've just moved flats and I don't even know...
How can you survive without it? You haven't even got it, you haven't got the aerial in or anything?
No.
Well, you've missed Trisha, but to be honest, Big Cat Diary, which is my favourite programme, isn't on at the moment, so you're not missing masses. But we're going to press her again now.
OK, it's been away for a few weeks, but today it's back by popular demand. Yes, ladies, the time has come to enter the late lunch fairground.
Be still.
Remember that, and try your luck at winning a prize. How good's your wrist action? Good? Good? Quite good? I feel it's good.
Yes, I think it's good.
Excellent, because it's time to play Vegetable Patch Hoopla.
It's Vegetable Hoopla. The rules are very, very simple. You each have a designated vegetable, and you have to peel the backing off these stickers and put them on. Your designated vegetable is the aubergine, and your designated vegetable is the cucumber, and yours is the carrot. Excellent. Now, you each got 5 Cabbage Patch rings, which you must endeavour to hoop around your designated vegetable in our rather unique, revolving, erect vegetable patch. OK, you've got your badges on.
Yes.
Everything is clear there. The person whose designated vegetable has the most rings around it is the winner. There are no marks for a parsnip, not in this game. That's another game. It's on late at Sky, we know that. OK, you've got your hoops. Pick your hoops up.
I don't put rings.
Are you ready to put your rings around a courgette? Excellent. Off you go. Oh. And the band playing this theme tune for the 47th week running. Oh, yes. Excellent. She speared a courgette. And a cucumber. Oh, OK.
I'm done running.
It's all over far too quickly. So now for the fill-in dancing, lady.
But we have another go.
The mechanism. Guess we have another. I want another go. Sorry.
Yeah.
Shall we leave the ones on that we got? Oh, she's
Scoring out the window, just luzz them. Just luzz them. Luzz them and hit an erect vegetable. Oh, yeah. I don't know.
1, 2.
Doesn't matter about the rings,
5.
just hook. Trisha, that's cheating in anyone's game. Back you go. Hey! Oh, that was it. Oh, very good. Oh, I've got another one. Aubergine. And the last dying seconds. Yes! I have to say, Trisha, you were the most accurate, but for style, I'm sorry, it's Alison. Alison wins the bag of stuff. There you are.
Well,
it's a bag
thank
of
you.
stuff called candy floss. There you go. Top spot.
I'll share it with you later.
Please come sit down, because the phone lines are as crazy as a bear trapped in a sleeping bag, although not in a cruel way, in a nice way, because the bear wanted to be in a sleeping bag, not cruel. So let's go to our first, hopefully not phony guest on the phone. Sorry about that. Hello there. Who's there?
It's Nick Stefani from Northampton.
Nick Stefani, lovely to hear your voice.
Stefani, that is Mel.
Hello, doll. What?
It's Stefani, not Stefani.
Stefani.
That's the one.
Got it. Okay.
Disciplinarian then, Nick.
I know.
Keep talking.
I wear one of these things. I've got a lot of build-up of wax in the old ear. I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, that is great.
What's your question?
My question's to everyone, and
Yeah.
it's, if you could wake up anywhere in the world, where would it be?
Good question. Yep, groovy.
For me, Croydon, obviously, always.
Alison.
I don't know, there's so many places to choose from. I think probably in a tent somewhere, I think.
Rural, we like that.
Yeah, rural. Yes, and a nice spring day, you know, and a
Nice.
nice, comfy sleeping bag.
Okay. Trisha, how about you?
I think mine would have to be afloat in the upcoming Sydney Gay and Lesbian Mardi Gras.
How about you, Jennifer?
Well, I just got back from Cuba. I'd quite like to go back.
Nice
Where you
one.
there again? In a
Jennifer, Trisha,
In a tent on a
Alison
float.
too. Right, okie dokes.
So that's some money for whoever wrote that song. Line 2. Hello there, Sarah from Brighton. Hello, Sarah. Will you
No,
talk to
Sarah.
me? Have I angered you in some way?
Let's have a fax. Dear Alison, I've watched Abigail's Party at least 100 times. Please, 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 will you say, give us a top-up tone? Thanks, Margaret from Rochester.
This is one of these questions.
Oh,
Well, the thing is, this is quite true, Margaret.
from Rochester.
From Rochester. I meet so many people these days who can do that voice better than I can, because
No one
it's been
can.
so long. I don't do the voice now, and I sort of think, if I do it, I'll let people down.
No,
'cause I'll
you
say,
won't,
Oh, it wasn't like that. It wasn't like that.
Well, I think we should let off the hook. I think Alison, she shouldn't have to do it. The memory is there.
Let's
lads.
remember
It's
collectively
a
the
beautiful
memory
thing.
of Alison saying top-up tone.
Okay, we've got,
got
it
it
there.
now.
Keep it.
Okay.
Just got time to thank today's quite brilliant guests. We're thanking now Trisha, Jennifer Ehle and Alison Steadman, and thank you for watching.
Don't forget to join us next week for our very last ever late lunch. Good evening.
Take care. Bye.
Thomas. Mark Thomas. License to investigate.
This was set up in the 50s to monitor Eastern Europe and to share information about how to poison Cuban cigars.
Tonight, 11 o'clock on 4.
Following today's publication of the Stephen Lawrence report, Channel 4 News devotes a whole programme to the case, including live interviews with Stephen's mother, Doreen Lawrence, and the Prime Minister, Tony Blair. That's Channel 4 News with Jon Snow in a couple of minutes.